everyone, welcome to a brand new week of wonderful topics right here on Actual English. My name is Jennifer Clyde. And so far we have been talking about special occasions. We focused on marriage and then we moved on to babies and special occasions such as wedding anniversaries and first birthday parties. Let's take you back to those days you were in school studying. I bet you were really happy to graduate, whether it was to graduate high school or to graduate college, or you may even be a student right now looking forward to graduating, right? Okay, for students out there, hang in there. I know it's difficult right now, but once everything is over, you will want to go back to school. Believe it or not, trust me, that's how I feel. Anyhow, that is today's topic, Lesson 46, Graduations. Then, if you're ready, let's get started.
So Rachel, you've already graduated from university, but you're going to graduate again.
Yes, for
Are you
my
looking
master's.
forward to it?
I am definitely looking forward to it. Time cannot go by any slower at the moment. No, but I'm really excited to graduate and enter the big bad world and the job market.
Is there any difference between a graduation ceremony for a master's and just a normal bachelor's?
From my experience, I think the master's graduation seems a lot more serious.
Oh, really?
Yeah, people are wearing a lot more clothing, a lot more robes, and these like long tassels, and the hat is
fancy.
different and
The
everything.
hat's different?
Yeah, the hat looks different as well.
But you still get to throw it up in the air and say,
Yes,
all
hats
my hard
off
work
to
has
us.
paid off. Yeah.
Exactly. It will be a really good accomplishment, I think. Like, I'll feel really good because it's that symbol of, oh, okay, I worked my butt off and, like my hard work paid off, so I finally got this degree and hopefully it'll help me get a good job, which is what I'm looking forward to.
Fingers crossed, yeah, I'm
Yes.
sure. But I remember my graduation ceremony, it was years ago now, but I do remember feeling a weight off my shoulders, you know, because I decided then I wasn't going to do any more studying. That was it for me.
That's it, yeah.
Bachelor's degree. But I felt a huge relief, and it was like the culmination of years of studying at university.
Right, of course.
All in that moment, and then you just feel, yes, I've done it. I'm an adult now.
Yeah, you're really proud of yourself. And I bet, you were really the man of the hour since you're the only son,
Yes,
right?
yeah,
so
in the family.
Your family must have been really proud of you.
Yeah, it wasn't just my mum and dad, it was my uncles and aunts. They came to watch the graduation ceremony.
Yeah.
And I felt a little bit of pressure when I was walking up to, shake the hand of the dean and things like that. I thought, I don't want to trip, don't want to trip, don't want to trip. And I think I just kind of slipped my hand, it was really sweaty, into their palm, and they pulled it away as soon as possible.
It happens just instantly, right?
Yeah,
you
it's over in a
prepare for this
flash.
moment, and then in a couple seconds it's done, and you have your graduation diploma.
Yeah, but that's what matters.
All right then, today we're talking about graduation or graduation ceremonies. You can talk about high school graduation ceremonies, if not, university or college graduations as well. Now these two, Peter and Rachel, today we're talking about college graduations. Now, Rachel is studying right now, and she is really looking forward to graduating. She's doing her master's right now. Now, Peter did mention something about how he graduated years ago, so it's already been many years since he graduated college. Let's take a look at what they said in detail, line by line. Okay, first of all, Peter starts by saying, so Rachel, you've already graduated from university, okay? So the focus is on university, okay? You have already graduated from university. And he says, but you're going to graduate again. That's right. As I mentioned, that is because she is doing her master's, right? So she says, yes, my master's, meaning master's degree. Peter asks, are you looking forward to it? Look forward to something, but he says, are you looking forward to graduating? Are you looking forward to it? Okay, and she said what? I am definitely looking forward to it. Now, she is stressing the fact that she is looking forward to it and she is dying to graduate. She is dying to do something. You could say definitely looking forward to something. So she says time cannot go by any slower at the moment. Now, this is an expression you can use especially when you feel that time is moving by so slowly. Oftentimes, when you're doing something that's really difficult or hard, or something that you don't really find enjoyment in doing, then you can say, oh, time is going by so slowly. You can say, time cannot go by any slower, especially if you're under a lot of stress and you feel that time is so slow, you can say that. Now, at the moment, that's how she feels. And she has said, I'm really excited to graduate and enter the big bad world. Okay, let's take a look at this one. The big bad world. Okay, she stressed it by throwing in the word bad. But you can say the big world, which means the real world with full-time jobs, the difficult world that you have to enter once you graduate and when you become an adult. So the big world means the real world full of full-time jobs. That's when you really have a lot of responsibilities. But she's stressing by saying the bad world and the job market, she says. Peter asks, is there any difference between A and B? So A would be the masters and B, bachelors. So let me take you through once again. He asks, is there any difference between the graduation ceremony for a master's and just a normal bachelor's? Let's check out what Rachel said. She says, from my experience, from my personal experience, meaning she is giving her own opinion. She's telling the other person or us what she thinks personally. From my experience, I think the master's graduation is a lot more serious. Serious? What could that mean? Okay, listen on to what she says. People are wearing a lot more clothing, a lot more robes, and these long tassels, and the graduation hat is different. So there is a lot included in, I guess, a master's graduation ceremony. But even in university, when I graduated university, I wore the graduation robe. We also had the graduation caps, also called the hat, with the tassel. Okay, but I guess there's much more going on. Anyhow, people are wearing a lot more clothing. They're called graduation gowns, okay? A lot more robes, or you can call them graduation robes as well. Long tassels. A tassel is like an ornament, okay? It's usually of a lot of threads. So if you have, let's say, for example, a graduation cap, there can be a tassel hanging from one side at the end of a string. That's a tassel. Just think it's a pendant kind ornament, okay? Pendant ornament. So tassels, and the hat is different. The graduation cap, it's also called, or the graduation hat, okay? So these things are all different. The hat looks different, he asks, but you still get to throw it up in the air and say, all my work has paid off. So he's saying throw it up in the air. Throw it up in the air. That's what we do when we graduate, right? We take our caps off and you throw it up in the air and say, yes, all my work has paid off. Now, pay off itself means to, I guess, do something and end up successfully, end up doing something successfully. It could mean the negative as well. It can mean the opposite, but I think in most cases, if you say that your effort paid off, for example, well, you gained something to your advantage as a result. Now she says, yes, hats off to us. I'll feel really good because it's a symbol of what? I worked my butt off. So hopefully it will help me get a good job, which is what I'm looking forward to. So we're saying that this is a symbol of something. It symbolizes when you throw up the hat and say, yeah, you're graduating, so you can say, I worked my butt off. It's underlined, which means we'll go over this pattern in just a bit later on, but to work your butt off. Yes, this is slang definitely. You don't want to use it in a formal setting. Maybe with your friends, but never in a formal setting. Now, to work one's butt off means to work really, really, really hard, to work very hard to do something or to accomplish something. So hopefully, she says, it will help me get a good job. It will help me get the job that I want. Now, Peter says, fingers crossed, he's basically wishing her luck. I remember my graduation ceremony, he says, and he begins telling her about it. It was years ago now, but I do remember, he's stressing the fact that he remembers, I do remember feeling a weight off my shoulders. Feel a weight off your shoulders. Now, imagine, okay? Draw a picture in your mind if you don't understand a few phrases or a few idioms. Now, let's draw a picture. Imagine there is a weight, something very heavy, on your shoulders. And it was so heavy to carry it around with you, okay? But then again, at one point, you take the weight off and you throw it away. How do you feel? A lot lighter, less pressure. You're at ease and you're happy about it, right? So he's saying, I do remember feeling a weight off my shoulders, meaning I was so relieved. Because I decided then I was not going to do any more studying. Meaning I wasn't planning on studying anymore. Now, if you pay attention here, we have anymore. It's written in two words. Sometimes you will see it written as one word, as an A-N-Y-M-O-R-E, one single word. But they say that in formal writing, it is correct to say anymore or write anymore in two words. Anymore in one word as one word is acceptable, but keep in mind, not in formal writing, okay? They're both used, but in formal writing, keep them two separate words. That was it for me. A bachelor's degree, but I felt a huge relief. He felt a huge relief. I felt a weight off my shoulders. It means the same thing, okay? This and this, pretty much, they mean the same thing. But he says, that was it for me. I wasn't going to do any more studying. A bachelor's degree, I was happy with it, okay? Okay, let's move on and check out what else they mentioned. She says, I bet you know you were really the man of the hour. Aha. I bet you know you were really the man of the hour. The man of the hour. This is also an idiomatic expression. The man of the hour is a man, a male, that is the center of attention. If everyone is just focusing their attention on somebody, then you would say that he is the man of the hour. Why? She says, since you're an only child, or only son, an only son. Which means there aren't any sons. He does not have any brothers. He is the only son. So everyone, his parents, his family members, aunts and uncles, they were all just focusing on him. So your family must have been really proud of you, she says. Now Peter says what? Yeah, it wasn't just my mom and dad. It was my uncles and aunts, meaning what? They were there. And he says they came to watch the graduation ceremony, okay? So they were all there to celebrate with them, to congratulate him. Moving on to the latter part of the actual talk. Now Rachel says, you know, it happens just instantly. Now keep in mind, we're talking about what? We're talking about graduation or graduation ceremonies. And she says, it happens. The ceremony or the whole process of studying just instantly. It happens instantly. You prepare for this moment. You prepare for this moment. And in a couple of seconds, she's stressing that it takes a very short time. It's done. You're finished. You're done with your studies. It's time to graduate. And you have your graduation diploma. Diploma, I'm sure you've heard of many, many times, even seen it, read it here and there. A diploma is like an official document. So keep that in mind. When you graduate, they will give you a graduation diploma stating that you studied and you have graduated. So it's an official document. Okay, that about wraps it up for today's actual talk, everyone. Take a listen to it one more time.
So Rachel, you've already graduated from university, but you're going to graduate again.
Yes, for
Are you
my
looking
master's.
forward to it?
I am definitely looking forward to it. Time cannot go by any slower at the moment. No, but I'm really excited to graduate and enter the big bad world and the job market.
Is there any difference between a graduation ceremony for a master's and just a normal bachelor's?
From my experience, I think the master's graduation seems a lot more serious.
Oh, really?
Yeah, people are wearing a lot more clothing, a lot more robes, and these like long tassels, and the hat is
fancy.
different and
The
everything.
hat's different?
Yeah, the hat looks different as well.
But you still get to throw it up in the air and say,
Yes,
all my
hats
hard
off
work
to
is
us.
paid off. Yeah.
Exactly. It will be a really good accomplishment, I think. Like, I'll feel really good because it's that symbol of, oh, okay, I worked my butt off, and, like, my hard work paid off, so I finally got this degree, and hopefully it'll help me get a good job, which is what I'm looking forward to.
Fingers crossed, yeah, I'm
Yes.
sure. But I remember my graduation ceremony, it was years ago now, but I do remember feeling a weight off my shoulders, you know,
Yeah.
because I decided then I wasn't going to do any more studying. That
Okay.
was it for me.
That's it, yeah.
Bachelor's degree. But I felt a huge relief, and it was like the culmination of years of studying at university.
Right, of course.
All in that moment, and then you just feel, yes, I've done it. I'm an adult now.
Yeah, you're really proud of yourself. And I bet, you were really the man of the hour since you're the only son,
Yes,
right?
yeah,
so
in the family.
Your family must have been really proud of you.
Yeah, it wasn't just my mum and dad, it was my uncles and aunts. They came to watch the graduation ceremony.
Yeah.
And I felt a little bit of pressure when I was walking up to, shake the hand of the dean and things like
Right.
that. I thought, I don't want to trip, don't want to trip, don't want to trip. And I think I just kind of slipped my hand, it was really sweaty, into their palm. And they pulled it away as soon as possible.
It happens just instantly, right?
Yeah,
you
it's over in a
prepare for this
flash.
moment, and then in a couple seconds it's done, and you have your graduation diploma.
Yeah, but that's what matters.
Now, are you ready for some phrases and idiomatic expressions? Simply put, idioms. We've got 3 for you. The first one is throw it up in the air. Now, I've chosen this because it is, well, what it seems. It's very simple. Throw something up in the air or into the air. But I wanted to go over this because of the pronunciation. Instead of saying throw up into or in the air, kind of pronounce it as one long word, okay? Throw it up in the air. Throw it up in the air. Throw it up in the air. You see how that happens? One more time. Throw it up in the air. Good job. And pay off, as I mentioned, it means to result in something good in most cases. Something can pay off. My effort paid off, meaning I tried so much, I put a lot of effort into something, and as a result, I gained something. Okay? So pay off. And the man of the hour is what? The man that everyone is focusing their attention on. Let's take a look at some patterns for today then. Now, we have been talking about graduation ceremonies, and you can say, yeah, that you're excited to graduate, or you were excited to graduate. Let's say, for example, you're planning a vacation to Jeju Island. You can say, I'm really excited to, and then go on a trip to Jeju Island. I'm really excited to go on a trip to Jeju Island. Another one, I was really excited to finally graduate. This is a sentence you can make use of when you're talking about graduating or when you graduated. Say, oh, I was really excited to finally graduate, okay? Another one, work one's butt off. I did mention this is slang, okay? So do not use it in a formal setting, never. Try using it with your friends, okay? Casual talk. Work one's butt off means to work very hard. Here is a sample sentence. My friend worked her butt off. Why? To get good grades. So you can talk about studying really hard in school to get good grades, okay? So you can say, my friend worked her butt off to get good grades. What about this one? I'm working my butt off on something, on this project. I'm working very hard on this project. Another way of saying it is, I'm working my butt off on this project. You're working really hard right now on a project. Okay, and our next pattern is not going to do anymore plus verb ing. This is what Peter mentioned. Remember, he was done with his bachelor's and he said, I wasn't going to do any more studying, right? So you can say, I'm not going to do any more arguing with you. Say, for example, you're having an argument with someone. You're having a fight with someone and someone keeps on wanting to argue and argue and argue with you when you want to stop fighting, okay? In that case, you can say, you know what? I'm not going to do any more arguing with you. Can we stop arguing? Let's stop fighting. I don't have the energy to fight anymore. Try saying this one more time. I'm not going to do any more arguing with you, so stop. Here's another one. I'm not going to do any more cooking for you. I don't know why or how I came up with a sample sentence, but I think when you're arguing with your husband or your children, it can be whoever, but if you are the main cook at home and you're so angry, you don't want to cook anymore, you can say, I'm not going to do any more cooking for you. Make your own food. Cook for yourself. I'm not going to do any more cooking for you. So keep that pattern in mind. I am not going to do any more plus verb ing form. Keep that in mind. Okay, that is a wrap for today's actual expressions.
So my high school graduation, it was one of the best moments of my life. I waited a long time for it. I went to 4 years of like really tough high school experience. I was in a rigorous program and I was so happy just to get out of that place. A lot of people are sad about graduating high school, but I was mostly overjoyed. I was really excited to go into university and enter a really great college near my home. But a lot of my friends were sad. You know, some people cried and others were just, really sad about like leaving their friends and moving on. But for me, it was a very good experience because my dad's family was visiting from Nigeria, which is very far away. So I was fortunate to share my graduation experience with my family from abroad. And we went to a really, really delicious Italian restaurant. I mean, I had this shrimp pasta. I remember distinctly, this shrimp pasta was so good. Like, forget graduating high school. I had the most awesome shrimp pasta ever. And we took lots and lots of pictures and I still look back on it today. I like scroll through Facebook and look at all of my graduation pictures. So even though I've left high school, it was still a very great memory.
Thanks to Sarah once again for sharing her story about her graduation, her high school graduation, that is. To tell you a bit about my high school graduation, I was really happy to graduate. I was so excited to move on and go to college. So I remember at my high school graduation, it was all about partying with friends. I was a bit sad to say goodbye to my friends because we all were planning on going to different states in the US, but I was really happy. But when it came to university, when I graduated college, I don't think I really felt much. I wasn't happy, I wasn't sad, and I think that was because I was already working at the time. I had a part-time job, so that kept me busy. I didn't have the time to think that I was happy or sad about graduating college. And yeah, think about that while we take you to today's actual story. I've picked out a lot of sentences from today's actual story, so let's get straight to them. Now, Sarah said, my high school graduation was one of the best moments of my life. Always keep in mind when you say that something was one of the something, it's one of the many, so you have to say moments with an S, okay? My high school graduation was one of the best moments of my life, meaning she was excited. She was really, really happy to graduate. I went through 4 years of a really tough high school experience. She's talking about, I guess, difficult 4 years of high school. It's good to talk about your experience. This is perhaps a way of giving detailed information or a reason to why you were so excited. Now, especially Sarah was happy. It was one of her best moments in life because the 4 years of high school was very difficult. Some people cried, and others were sad about leaving their friends. I think in high school we're all like this because especially in the US, maybe not so much in Korea, but in the US, once you graduate high school, you all go to different colleges all across the US. So you have to say goodbye to your friends and family. So you could be sad. So she's saying some people cried. Some people were sad about leaving their friends and family. For me, it was a very good experience. Why? Because my dad's family was visiting from Nigeria. Oh, wow, how sweet, right? So her parents' family or her dad's family from Nigeria came to attend her graduation ceremony. We went to a really delicious Italian restaurant. You can talk about what you did afterwards. After the ceremony, we went to a really delicious Italian restaurant. And one final sentence, we took lots and lots of pictures. Yeah, you can't leave out pictures at graduation ceremonies. It's all about celebrating, laughing, talking, and of course, taking pictures. So this is one way of ending your answer to an interview about graduation ceremonies. Talk about how you felt, what you did, who came to attend the ceremony, and perhaps talk about pictures like this. We took lots and lots of pictures. You're stressing that you took many, many, many pictures. All right, that is a wrap.
So my high school graduation, it was one of the best moments of my life. I waited a long time for it. I went to 4 years of like really tough high school experience. I was in a rigorous program, and I was so happy just to get out of that place. A lot of people are sad about graduating high school, but I was mostly overjoyed. I was really excited to go into university and enter a really great college near my home. But a lot of my friends were sad. You know, some people cried and others were just, really sad about like leaving their friends and moving on. But for me, it was a very good experience because my dad's family was visiting from Nigeria, which is very far away. So I was fortunate to share my graduation experience with my family from abroad. And we went to a really, really delicious Italian restaurant. I mean, I had this shrimp pasta. I remember distinctly, this shrimp pasta was so good. Like, forget graduating high school. I had the most awesome shrimp pasta ever. And we took lots and lots of pictures and I still look back on it today. I like scroll through Facebook and look at all of my graduation pictures. So even though I've left high school, it was still a very great memory.
So did you take lots and lots of pictures at your graduation ceremony? Sometimes I look back at them and they bring back a lot of good memories and remind me that I was young once. So that's perhaps what you can do as well. Maybe after today's lesson, look for your photo album. Just look at those photos that you took at your graduation ceremonies. Anyhow, I hope you had a good time with us as we talked about graduation ceremonies. Next time, we'll move on and we'll talk about school reunions. They can be high school reunions or even college, university reunions. It'll be fun as well. In the meantime, come to our homepage, find your way over to www.ebse.co.kr, and I'm going to have to say goodbye. Thanks for joining me. I'll see you again next time. Bye, everyone.